Always makes me nervous.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
It said recording in progress.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope I can get it up. Last week, or the last time we were together, I recorded and then I lost it. I could not find it.
Oh no.
I mean, it's just my luck. I don't know. Anyway, I went and just shared the summary
Yeah.
with something. Oh my gosh. This is the sixth. Yeah. Today's the sixth.
Have any of your students gotten to actually implement their
What is developmentally appropriate?
yes.
I have had some that have reported they did it in their classroom. And I will tell you this, they were all pleasantly surprised with how well it turned out. But I have had several, it's certainly not a requirement. And I always want to hear if you do it because I want to hear what happened, but they just, everybody that's ever implemented has, bam, come back with a great report. Also, I have had some students that have actually had something in mind and we're doing it and use that as a way to create their project. It was like they had parts of it and then they just completed it by adding to, which is interesting also.
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you've had an idea that would apply to this, there's nothing wrong with that.
right.
But yeah, I've actually had people do that, and I love to hear about it. If they do implement, because usually I don't know of anybody that's ever been negative about the project in terms of implementing. It would
Right.
really be something that you would be just really inspired to do, and you would probably be breaking laws by doing. I'm not advocating anybody do this, but it would be nice if you could do more of this. I think.
Mhm.
I think you could
Yeah.
teach as many standards as you do with what you do regularly. I think you can teach umpteen dozen standards using this type of approach, which is more engaging to small children.
Right.
Um, but that's not the way it is, really. Not with what all you're doing, I'm sure. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, it's a
you
lot.
know. Yeah, it is. It is a lot, and that's why I went with this approach, not requiring you to implement. Now, there were a lot of my classes when I went in and did my master's and my 6 year, I would have to implement things. And that was always hard to do because I was having to do, this other stuff for my school. So sometimes it worked, but and it didn't always work. But I don't require anybody to implement because, well, we have people in here from fifth grade and,
Right.
all the way. You just can't do that. So just give you a little taste of it, I guess, if you're not
Mhm.
in that
Right.
genre, in that thing. But I get a lot of feedback from this assignment. Some people love it and some people hate it.
Hmm.
um, Usually my 3 through 5 people are the ones that are find the great disdain for it, but that's just because it's not in their wheelhouse,
Wheelhouse.
and you are stepping out of your comfort zone for those people that do that. I have all the respect in the world for those upper classes, but I don't want any part of it. And I'm sure they feel the same way about us.
Right.
I do. But
Mm.
I think you have to have a special calling for, I'd say, kindergarten, pre-K, and first grade. Not everybody's on board. But that's okay. You have to find your niche where you
Mhm.
belong. If you are if you prefer an older child and teaching, I think people have a good idea. I was just real fortunate that when I got there, I didn't leave.
Right.
And so many people now, so many administrations now move teachers around every year.
Mm.
I mean, they just expect you to, well, they'll say, you need to be versatile. You need to be able to teach fifth grade one year. And, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Right.
if you're, as, and my former principal used to tell me, well, if you're where you want to be, I would think you would do a better job. You know,
Hmm.
if you're put somewhere where you don't want to be, then you may have more problems. What I think. I think that way too.
Yeah.
But not always. Everybody else is not always on my same thought processes. So everybody's all coming in today. Good deal. Everybody in early. Have you been in class all morning? Yeah.
Yeah.
By this time, y'all are just ready to chuck it to the wind. I know it's like, gosh.
Yes, ma'am. First class at 8 a.m.
I know I had one at 8 a.m. too, so I'm right there with you. But it is a long day for you, and I know you're tired of. Maybe this is your last class. I don't know. Do y'all have another one after this? Please tell me you don't.
Mm.
Oh dear God, Rashonda. Oh my Lord. What are you doing? Do you have coffee or something? I mean, my Lord, you need a energy drink or something. That's got to
Luckily,
be in.
I was able to rest in between my 8 o'clock class and this one, so
Uh-huh.
had a little break.
Okay, okay.
I try to do
That's
the same thing.
oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna be in after this. Oh Lord Jesus,
Yes.
have mercy,
Yep.
save me. Oh,
Yes. And the first one's like more lecture. Like it's not
oh
more
dear
so
God,
Yeah,
breakout
spare
it
me the
sessions
is.
how
agony.
you have it.
Well, I'm so glad I'm so good because I don't have to lecture y'all.
I
Um,
appreciate you.
I feel like y'all will just get more out of the group experience. You'll talk with one another, you'll compare notes, you will see what other people do in their school systems, and I think that is real rich. You can't go wrong with that. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'll check the roll in just a moment, but I want to say hello. I hope you're doing well. I myself, I'm okay. I'm not going to say I'm 100% today, but I am here and I am tickled to be here. And I always love coming in and seeing everybody. And Audrey and I have got this thing. We meet up before class and have a little time to talk. I love that. So anybody want to come in early, we'll talk with you too. But I'm just excited to be here today, and I hope you are. I know this may be your third class today, but hang in there. This is not going to be that painful. I'm going to look at my notes over here for my agenda. And the first thing I want to draw our attention to, I'm going to share my page right quick like. This is not going to take long, but I wanted to share out this right here. You will be working on the what is developmentally appropriate assignment. And guys, I want to caution you on something that I don't know if I made mention of this or not. Can y'all see my page still? Yes, okay. But this is what I want to point out, guys. This particular assignment is really the cornerstone of the whole entire course. And I'm pointing this out because the example papers that you were given to look at are from past students. Now, there's nothing wrong with those ideas. There's not a lot wrong with those papers, but I'm going to tell you this particular rubric has been revamped. So I'm going to caution you to use the rubric when you write your paper. In other words, I'll be looking for those headings in your paper and then write on those headings in your paper. Follow that format with your paper and you will be great. I would not stay close to the format presented in either of the examples. I know we are no longer pushing out online education, and there was a segment in one of those papers where she talked about online education and how she would use that in an online setting. You're not required to do that. So just make yourself known, make it known that I need to focus on the rubric so I can do this paper justice and I can do it right. I just want to make that general comment. Hopefully you're well into it or you've got a good grasp of what you're going to do with it. Of course, if you do have questions along the way, I'm always an email away. So I did want to stop and share that with you guys. All right, the next thing I'm going to quickly share out is, hang on, everybody welcome if you just popped in. We're just moving right ahead, is, hang on, we're going to let these people in. Yes, okay. We're going to go into, hold on just a minute. Let me see what I'm looking for. Yes, the Family Connections event is going to be the next thing I'm going to share out with you. This is a project that is not due until I think, let's see, September 28th. It is not a paper. It is simply a PowerPoint. And you will, hang on just a minute, guys. I'm trying to let these people in. You will go and create a PowerPoint according to the, okay, I'm having difficulties here. Hold on. There we go. Let's admit all. Sorry about that. They should be coming in now. But anyway, the paper is written like it's not a paper, it's just a PowerPoint, and you are going in and creating an event for your classroom that gets your parents in your classroom. This is not a school-wide event. This is something you would do for your families in your room, and you want to have an area in there that celebrates diversity. It could be, you could celebrate families, different family traditions, food, art, whatever you want to do, but bring in a niche, a hook to get your parents into your classroom, because we know that it is so important to bridge these gaps with our parents because it helps us with our children in our classroom. And the one thing I want to mention in this assignment, you'll see the first thing it states is a standard. You know, that was one thing I learned when I left elementary education, is that standards are in college too. I have standards that I have to teach according to this course. And these standards now are tied to teacher preparedness. How prepared are you to walk in the classroom and do your job? So this first standard very easily states, investigate and gain understanding of individual differences and diverse families, cultures, communities through a design for school, family, and community partnerships. So here, I'm not asking it to be school-wide. I'm just saying your classroom. It can be a pre-K classroom or it can be a kinder classroom, but no other grade level. It's either pre-K or kinder. And if you're not in those grade levels, then you'll just pretend like you are and create an event to bring your parents in the room that creates this type of opportunity for you to build relationships with your parents and your children, as well as celebrate diversity, which is always needed in our classrooms because we have children from all environments. Oh, okay, that's nothing. All right, so that is upcoming. That comes in on the 28th. You will post that on, I think, week 6 discussion board. And like I said, it's not a paper, it's just a PowerPoint. You will be required to do a walkthrough where you do a voiceover the PowerPoint and explain your event to us. Okay, that's something that's upcoming that you will see. Next week for Module 4, I'm going to come off the share. Next week for Module 4, which we'll be showing quickly, there's not a lot of newness there. You will see another lecture and a little quiz, but you're going to see the end of semester units. I put them out there. You may be of a person that says, I can't deal with that right now. I don't want to see that. It's there for your choice if you want to look at it. If you don't, you don't have to. There's no assignment attached to it yet. I just like to put it out there early so you know where we're headed. Basically, you're going to do all this work, all these weeks. You're going to do these different kinds of assignments. And then you're going to be asked to do a lesson plan for kinder and a lesson plan for pre-K. One big component of that lesson plan is that you have to have some sort of reflection from the course that you participated in that has inspired you to put it in your lesson plan. It doesn't necessarily have to be a family connections event, but something that you've learned throughout the course that you feel like I'm going to apply this to this lesson plan. It should be highly notable in the end. Okay. So that is that's what happens in the fourth week is I display those. I think it has the templates, it has the background behind it, what you'll be doing, and they're just there for your reading. So that's really it for week 4. There's not a lot of other stuff in there. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop and say thank you so much for turning in your observation information through the anthology and the form that we asked you to fill out. Thank you so much for that. I think everybody is 100% on that. So thank you. And is Pamela, hey Pamela, are you here? Yes, hello. She's new. She got her schedule got messed up, so she was one that was added in late. So
Yeah.
she's done a yes. Hi. She's done a
Hi.
terrific job getting caught up. So we're glad to have her aboard as well. Are there any other questions I could answer before we move into our group project? Any questions at all? Wow. Yes.
Professor Sylvia, I just tuned in. So our group project consists of what? I mean, I'm not sure if I missed
yes.
something.
Okay, you haven't missed anything probably, and there was certainly
Okay.
easy. It's easy for you to jump in. What this is instead of me lecturing in my courses, I provide a group project that everybody works on. You'll be
Okay.
either in group 1 or group 2,
Okay.
and you will go in there and work with your people in the group that you're in. So it's not like you have to have an answer or anything. You'll work on the answer together.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Does that make you feel better? Yeah.
Make you feel so much better.
Yes. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jamara is coming in. She's been involved in a CPR course, so she was coming in a little late. So I'm glad she's here before we get started. I apologize if I talk fast. I do. If I need to slow down, please tell me. It's a habit. It's a bad habit. So is everybody with me right now? 2 thumbs up if you are, if you're not, if you need help. Okay, good. All right, we're moving ahead, and I'm going to begin the process of putting you in the groups. Now, number 1, you should pull up the assignment on your course shell as you work in your group, which is right here. Hang on just a minute. Guys. Well, I guess I just logged myself out. Hold on, I got to log back in. Hang on. Okay, here we are. Where are we? I believe this is week 3 officially. Yes. Okay, so there is a group assignment. We got it right here. And what you can do is have that pulled up with you on your personal computer so you have an idea of what you're doing. Directions is what I'm trying to say. You will all drop the same document in your group, whatever the group decides. And then when we come back together, we would want each group to present out. So while you're in there, decide who's going to do the presenting, okay? Have that kind of lined up. All right. So at this time, I'm going to put you into your breakout rooms if there's no other questions. It'll take me a minute to do this. So hang on. I'm going to create the rooms. Here we go. Let's see. All right, I'll start with group 1. And let's see, we've got Celeste and Carol and Marco, Lindsay, I don't think Lindsay's here, not unless I'm just missing the name. Lindsay, are you here? Don't think she's here right now. All right, Tanya. Yeah. Okay. Dory. There we go. And Pamela. All right, that is group 1 has been assigned. And then I'm going to assign group 2 will be Kayla. Yes. And Jamara. And Michelle. Make sure I get everybody. Brenda. Bobby. Let's see. Lana and Audrey. Okay. All right. Now I have done that. I have placed you in either group 1 or group 2. Please know your group number. Okay. It's either group 1 or group 2. All right. And if she comes in, I will put her in group 1, Lindsay. Okay. Here we go. Open all rooms. If you have a question, you can always pop back over here and I'll answer. Unassigned. 1 is unassigned. Who is this? This may be her. See who it was that I missed. You're assigned to group 2, Juana. Yeah. Okay. All right. See, there we go. All right. Now at this time, students have gone into the group room to breakout room rather to work on the assignment scaffolding in action. So they'll be doing that right now. So I'm not seeing Lindsay Hitchman. She is not here today.
Right, so then this one.
In your kindergarten inclusion, how many do you have on your caseload?
Right now I have 7 on my caseload, and I have 1 that's about to be added. He's being evaluated right now, so it'll be 8 in about a month.
Girl, I started with 25. Last year I had
Is that even
80.
legal?
I almost had 80 because I was the only teacher of record.
Mm-mm.
And at Valdosta City Schools, it's just one school for all the elementary schools. Like, you know how every elementary used to have their own? It's just one for the whole district.
Oh, wow.
Miss
And this
Latoya,
year
what school
too,
did you say you work for?
Valdosta City.
I'm originally from Valdosta.
Valdosta City.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's everybody else at?
I'm in Dayton County.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in Forsyth.
I'm in Henry County.
Forsyth,
Fulton County checking in.
Okay, okay.
And I'm in Coffee County, Douglas, Georgia. It's not too far from Valdosta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm from Gwinnett, and everything is kind of convoluted there. They decided, let's make our own version of standards and all of that. So it's really interesting being in these courses and being like, okay, this is what everybody else is doing. Okay.
Now, I don't. Now, before I started teaching, this is year 4 for me as a teacher. I was a para for 2 years as a kindergarten teacher. So, I mean, I may not know everything you guys do, but I do have a memory of what of what I've seen, even when I was an assistant.
This is my year 2. I don't know much. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
But I would tell you, you kindergarten teachers, I mean, you guys are dynamite. I'm telling you, because that's where the foundation comes from. And let me tell you, when they get to 3rd grade, if they missed it in kindergarten and 1st grade and they pass them along, it shows up in the 3rd grade class. And let me tell you something, us 3rd grade teachers, we are not happy. We are not happy because now we have a kid that's coming to the classroom, that should have had some sort of intervention. They pass them along. The kids can barely do their sounds, and you telling me you want me to get them ready for the Georgia milestone? Nah. So I'm gonna tell you, them 2nd grade teachers of the kids that I have, when they walk past me, they put their head down because they know that they didn't do the things they should. I'm telling you because I mean we're not happy. We do not be happy. So
Well, I can say for my district, a lot of times that's administration. A lot of times the teacher will fight to hold the student back. But admin will be like, no, we're not doing that. So
Because
it's
it
like their
dings the
hands
school,
tied.
it dings, yep.
Yeah,
You
it
need
dings
a
the school.
bajillion points of data and all
Exactly.
the steps to make sure it happens. Yeah, that's
Because
ridiculous.
I've seen firsthand, teachers saying, no, he needs to, fighting for it, got the parents on board. But admin be like, no, we're going to let him go. And it's like your hands are tied.
Yeah, I know. I mean, because even, I teach at Dutchtown Elementary School, and they keep them back, but they can only, they'll say, okay, we can only keep 30. You be like, my Lord, how many need to be kept back? So typically it's they have a number of all the ones that can keep back. So let me tell you again, I just appreciate all you kindergarten teachers. I'm sure pre-K does the same thing, but you can really tell if a child missed what they should have gotten in kindergarten. And it's not always the teacher's fault. We know that. We absolutely know that. So I just have a special appreciation for you guys.
It's a difficult thing to do, I tell you. I think all grades are difficult at some point. I'm on the opposite when you get the older kids. I have a high esteem for that because a lot of them have those attitudes where they're kind of like feeling like they're adults and everything like that. So,
but
it's just meeting them where they are, I guess.
Yeah, it's meeting them where they are, and let me tell you, you got to have classroom management.
Yeah,
because you can't teach them if you can't manage your class.
Of it off. But we can adjust it however we need to. Like we can adjust it, I think. Sure.
What did you send it to?
Google Docs. Who's talking? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's me, Miranda.
Miranda.
You sent it through the online Canvas?
Yeah, I sent it through Google.
Once you go to Google, you should be able to look on your Google Drive, and it should come up.
Oh, see, I don't know, something different. Okay.
But you got to be signed in to your Thomas University.
I was just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, nope, you're on there. And it says everybody should be an editor, so.
Sweet. All right. Now let's see here. If we're going to do counting, let me see.
Are you looking up a standard now?
Yeah, I was going to, unless somebody else wants to do it.
Um,
Let's see.
I have this is one is demonstrating one-on-one correspondence when counting objects is MA.K.N.SO.12.
Yes. Read that one more time to me.
Is demonstrate one-on-one correspondence when counting objects.
Yes, we can use that one.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let me hold on, give me one second, because I'm in my classroom.
Why is it and everything off to the side?
I don't know, but you should be able to type into it because I just typed a couple of letters.
You can.
Little
For some
ones.
reason, it's kind of going off the screen, so it's like not showing until you guys get into it somehow.
Let me see. Can I sign up to my desktop?
All right.
This word is potential misnomer.
So let's see. And then for the assignment. Okay. I have there's so many screens. All right.
What is going on?
So why are they struggling? All right. I would say they are struggling because they're getting lost in the counting. Let's see.
So a struggle with number sense.
Yes.
And they may be struggling because some of them may not be like, especially pre-K, they maybe cannot recognize it yet because they've never been just introduced
Yeah. So
to it.
yeah, recognize
Understand,
numbers.
what number is what, or So would it be number sense and identity, or value? Number value.
Like number identification. That's what they would struggle with. Maybe recognizing numbers.
Or they're putting them out of order if they don't understand the order. So one-to-one correspondence would be like taking one item, 1, 2, and they have to line them up and count. But if they jump or miscount, it throws them all off. So they're not and if it's isn't there a standard in there about if it's in like a disorganized order too? Along with
I have to look that one up.
But
so the I do could be that we use manipulatives and then start from, I guess, a smaller number, 1 through 5, and then So for my kids, I'm 4th grade, so I'm just some of my kids are kindergarten level at some point.
Yeah.
So we use color block, like color tile manipulative, so they can see the difference in the numbers
as they go up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stack them as they go up? Like, so it's a
So
single one?
It depends on the student. So my drawing is not great. So it'll be something
So some animated modeling.
And then for kindergarten specifically, if we are looking at, we're looking at kindergarten. For kindergarten specifically, we would need to make sure that they were counting like left to right. So if they're they start with their pile over here and they move to the right, because they need to know the direction of things as well. That's how counting goes. It goes from left to right. So.
And I do know like manipulatives is really big in all the grade levels, especially kindergarten. And if they can learn those manipulatives, I mean, I'm just speaking from knowledge and even from, my grade level, that those manipulatives can help break those barriers, and it can help, garner them, maybe some understanding that they may not, but it definitely hurt. And I know in kindergarten they have a lot of things that they can touch too,
Yeah.
yeah, so
A lot of visual learning.
right.
Mhm.
I think it also helps to have those hand visuals on the wall to like showcase, 1, 2, 5, 6, those kinds of things. I know with my kids, those help a lot.
I was gonna say, yeah, even at small group, like just having a number line out on the table in front while you're doing, so they have something to reference.
Yeah.
Yes, those 10 frames too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So let me see.
So how will the strategies you implement for this lesson increase student achievement? So basically like having multiple scaffolding opportunities using I do, we do, you do, um, helps the student gain confidence and accuracy in counting. Like how do you word that?
Let's see.
we use like little count bears to
Yeah.
try to do it. But I like the little block formation. That'll be easier.
Yeah. So we start with that and then slowly break it away.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll throw in like with the kids, if we're getting antsy, I'll say like I'll bring up 4 kids and put them on one side, and I'll bring up 2 of another and say which group has more. So you're
Oh,
kind of doing a combination of things like that.
okay.
Yeah, you can also do it with like shirts or like whatever color. If we wear uniforms, so it's either black or like that royal blue, so or white. So if you can show them that way. And then to really, if you have high flyers or those that are really getting it, if you throw in a third number for them to compare, like so if they understand that, oh, 6 is greater than 4, but what if we throw in 2 is 2, so you're kind of making them think a little more.
Oh.
Sure. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Good ideas. I like that. I'm writing them all down.
Oh.
Because I push into first, third, and fifth grade. So these are good ideas.
But yeah, you can use them with counting bears too. Counting bear, I mean
Yeah.
all the little
Yeah.
things. Yeah. But that's how, and then the scaffolding, like I said, you're just kind of working them
And
away to.
Hey everybody, I don't mean to cut y'all off, but I got a message from Professor Snellgrove, and she said that we will come back to the whole group at 2:45.
Oh, in 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So you notice like when kids are like studying, struggling with the greater less.
Was talking, as you guys were speaking, I had a case here just last week that I had to reach out to a parent, and the kid, she came from a private school, so this is her first time in public school in the third grade, and very bright kid, and we were working on arrays, and and obviously when you're teaching multiplication, because that's what we're doing now, exploring multiplication, that you teach the kids it has to be equal, it has to be equal. So she made an array and it wasn't equal, and I was walking doing my checks, just walking the room. I said, keep trying. I said, keep trying. I said, you're almost there. Oh man, I wish you could have saw it. She just had a meltdown. So no, it wasn't then. So when I went to the board and I said, okay, class, I walked, I looked, you guys did a good job. And I went to the board to show the proper way to do an array, 3 times 6. And as I was completing it, she yelled out, you said I was wrong. And I was not wrong. And I'm looking like I'm saying, wait now, I've seen some stuff, but I ain't never had a kid tell. I say, I say, oh, sweetheart, it's okay. She said, you erased it. You said I was wrong, and I'm right. I said, hey, sweetheart, I said this because I'm saying like, those kids know, don't do that.
Yeah,
No
it doesn't
tape.
work like that in public
So
school.
listen
Not a
to this.
small
So
group.
It
I
don't
said,
work like that in public.
Miss
right. So
Snellgrove just sent a message that said that we're coming back to whole group at 2:45. So
Okay.
in a minute.
Excellent.
So who wants to present?
I was sitting in the room by myself for a while. I didn't realize
Left you in there, didn't we?
I
I'm
was just
sorry.
in there all alone. No one to talk to.
Sorry, friend. We won't do that again.
Sorry. Yeah,
It's
no.
okay.
We all leave together next time. We do it on like the count of 3.
I enjoyed listening in. I was in and out, but I didn't want y'all to feel like I was trying to bother you, but I enjoy listening to the conversations
Yeah.
and the talk. It was all good. Point
It's
on, right
good to
on.
have another person's opinion and seeing different how people do things differently, in different districts.
I think that is probably one of the most richest things you can get out of this.
Mhm.
I know I got that much. That's what I got out of it was the colleagues that I met and the fact that they came from a different district. And
Mhm.
so many times when you are working in one district, you just think that's the only way to do it, but there is other ways. And this is a great way to have that, I think. I was
For
going to make
sure.
sure. Oh, okay. Somebody's got to go to the restroom. That's fine. But I did want us to have a chance to share out with both groups because I think you learn from all of it, and I think it's valuable, and it's
Yeah.
certainly better. It's certainly better than lecture.
Yeah.
Certainly more engaging.
I like my team. We're the dream team.
I was gonna
All
say
right.
we had a really nice little team. Time flew
Yes.
The
by.
dream team.
Like, oh gosh, it's almost
We're
2
the
o'clock.
best. Everybody
Yeah,
knows
we're
it.
gonna this is the way I run my class. So this will be the format pretty much every time we meet. There'll be something for us to work on. And unfortunately, you won't probably be in the same group every time.
Womp, womp, womp.
But I try to mix you up a little bit so you get to know everybody. But this is first time, so it's good to hear that everybody got along. You would hate to be in a group where you didn't.
Right.
And it's great that you were so willing. Everybody was so willing to share. That's what I love too.
Yeah, it's definitely hard when you're in those groups and it's like pulling teeth to.
Yeah.
This was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
The
said
other
all
group, I'm
that.
sorry, y'all. I may be behind. Did the other group come in?
They
No.
did not.
I
That's all I
don't
gotta
see
say.
them.
We
Okay.
said how much we liked each other, but yeah, we rushed back here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be negligent. I didn't know. I thought, well, we'll give
A
them a
little
few
known
minutes.
fact, our district is about to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Really? What
What?
about?
We're the winningest team. We've won 968 games.
You're in
And
Valdosta.
yeah.
You're in Valdosta. Yeah.
And they're about to
Mhm.
be 1,000. If they hit 1,000, it's never been done before.
Oh, Wintersville.
Really
Is it still
cool.
Wintersville over there?
Yeah.
You know, I went to school
I don't
there.
know
That's
where
where
the money's going. It's not going to us.
I mean, that's where I went to college. I went to Valdosta State when I was for my undergrad. So I loved Valdosta.
They're actually moving Halloween for the Wintersville game. So it's going
Are
to be on
they
the 30th.
seriously? Yeah, that's the way it rolls over there.
Oh, football game. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I love Valdosta. You know, I didn't for those of you, a lot of you are in here or you know, fell into teaching however you fell into it and you're trying to get certified, I'm assuming a lot of you.
Yeah.
And the only way you do that is you get a master's degree. That's how you do it. Now, when I see my undergraduate degree was in speech communications and public relations. And then I, of course, finally did what my granny said I should do. And I decided, you know, I need to be a teacher because that's really what God called me to do. And I stopped saying no and I went in. But see, at the time I did it, guys, you wrote this is what I did. You would write the State Department a letter and tell them what you wanted to, you know, teach. And then they would send you a letter back with a list of the courses that you had to take. Then you would go to any college or university that offered those courses and take them. And when you completed taking them, then you went up to Atlanta and took the TCT. That's exactly what I did, plain and simple. There was no master's degree or anything like that. And now, of course, they make you get a master's degree when you want to get certified. But that's how I got certified to teach. So, like I said, my undergraduate was in something totally different, and I was at just at Valdosta State. So things have changed quite a bit with certification.
I was told that I could go through Metro Reset just to get a certificate, but that it wouldn't have the same accreditations as
It would
master's is. So I was like,
exactly.
well, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you wouldn't want that. You would want the full. I mean, because when I did what I did, I got fully certified. You know what I mean? It was no question about it. It's just they've changed things and they've tweaked it where I personally think they've made it more difficult is what they've done, to be a teacher when we are struggling to find wonderful people to be teachers, but yet they've made this, and I'm all about having the best. I want the best teachers, but I'm just saying, I think that sometimes they've made it where it's almost like you're killing yourself because you probably all have a degree in something. But, it's not in teacher ed, so they don't like that. So they want you to be fully immersed in that. And there's good things about that, but I'm just pointing out the fact that I came about it the same way you did, the long way is what I call it, because it was not where I was just, I'm going to be a teacher. I actually fought against that and then realized what I should be doing and did it. So I don't know if anybody has that experience out there, but it's real.
Oh yeah. And Celeste, that master's get you more money.
Yes, and that's important.
Amen.
And that was another thing.
That's why all of us are doing it for the money.
That's the most important thing that you should learn is that education is the only career where it pays for you to go back to school. As a retired teacher, my salary is far greater than it would have been if I'd have just stayed at a certified teacher level.
Right.
I got my master's.
Talk, Miss Snellgrove. Let them know.
Do what now?
I said, talk that talk. Let them know you're making that money.
I'm saying that is the only way to make money because there's not that much money to make. But an advanced degree is the best way to up that salary. And I went as far as I could. I should have got my doctorate. I did not. I greatly regret that now. And I would encourage all of you, do not stop. Do not stop. Do not stop with a master's. Keep going till you get the 6th year and go all the way and get your doctorate. You'll never regret it.
So you regret doing that?
I regret that I did not complete my doctorate.
Oh, you regret you didn't. Okay.
Yeah, I should have gotten my doctorate, and I really didn't listen, honestly, when I was doing my 6th year. I think I did my master's, and the next year I did my 6th year, and I did it back to back, and I think I was just sick of school. But I remember the conversation I had with the advisor, and she said, you can take some of these 6-year courses and apply them to your doctorate. And I just turned her off, and I said, I don't want to talk to you about a doctorate. I don't want anything to do with a doctorate. I just want this degree so I can go on and live my life. And that was for me personally. But I really didn't know at the time that I was going to get into higher ed. But if I knew what I knew now, I would do things differently. So let me just say to all of you, pursue as many degrees as you can.
It's fair. 100% fair.
Let me finish the program first, and then we can talk.
I was gonna say you're talking
like
about
I've never heard that before. Usually they're like, no, just finish with what you can. But I don't know, Miss Snellgrove. This has been difficult.
I was gonna say. Meanwhile, you're talking
easy.
about
It's not hard.
going to get your doctorate and being like, nope, I just want to be done with school. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, no, I just want to be done with this.
Yeah. And,
Let me get through this.
And I would also say this, don't do it like I did. See, I did it back to back. I did a master's, and the next year I was I didn't even break.
Yeah,
well,
at least give
that's
yourself
another
a semester
thing.
or something. Like, at least give
You know
yourself
what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'd arrested and just taken some time between degrees, but I was on a quest, so. But I did it all online. I did it just like you, except I did it in the times of when it was almost considered well, that's not accredited. You're not going to get any pay. And I had to go, we had to prove that we were with an accredited university and all that. but they didn't even have Zoom at that time. It was a chat box, and it was barbaric.
That's wild.
And we wrote and wrote like 50,000 papers. I'm talking about it was unreal. It really was. But again, different times. I think what you're doing here is much more adaptive to what you're doing in your school. And I will say this, I felt like both times that I went through those degrees that I was a better teacher because of it.
Yeah.
I think you would say, probably even now, I'm better at doing this because of what I've gone through. I really believe that.
I think it definitely helps. Like with me, I'm just trying to figure out how to juggle it all.
Yes, that is the biggie. That when you figure that out, you need to put it on TikTok because that's what everybody's looking for. That's the next $1 million. Tell a person how to go to school, handle a family, and teach. Yeah.
And
all
be wonderful at all of them.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the
be
problem.
superwoman, superman.
And do it
yes.
with a smile, a big smile.
Yes, yes.
And then you got to enjoy your free time too. So when you
Oh,
enjoy
yeah,
your free
there
time,
you
don't
go.
sleep. You should enjoy
In
that.
one of my last classes, we got told, please read this in your free time. And she goes, so probably at the end of your graduate program. And I
There
was
you
like,
go.
oh, good to know.
You have no free time.
Mm-mm.
Okay, have they come in now?
No.
No,
Okay,
you
I'm
have to
gonna check with them and see what's going on. They must have. Didn't I say 2:45? Maybe they.
Yeah.
Now, which group are you? One or two?
I personally did not see that message.
Yeah, no, I got
only knew
it.
about it because somebody said it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are in the first group. So this is the second group. Are y'all coming? I'm gonna say that.
Okay. So you want me to write it up on the we can be successful when we write up on that? No. I don't know. I'm looking at the
No, I'm saying it's another box. Oh. I guess just under after, because those are all the questions we have to answer.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't see y'all questions. Like, where y'all answering them at?
I made a whole
Oh,
box.
I'm sorry. I just took those out.
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. I don't see them. I was like, okay, I can type, but I don't see it.
I guess wherever you type it, we could just put it in. I don't know.
Okay, wait a minute.
Don't listen to me.
Which question it was again? How is?
Let's see.
Okay, how
will you assess? Okay, hold on. I
Okay,
will
I see
copy
it.
and paste it. Hold on.
How will you assess students' progress?
All right, where are we? Right there. There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, wait, it was. Let me see. Wait, I
There
made
you
it.
go. I see you clicking, Jamar.
I know, is that?
Why
Okay,
is
there
it
we go.
pink? No, there we go.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, do we have this question answered? How will the strategies you will implement from this lesson increase the students' achievement?
They will gain. Oh, where is that question? Hold on.
I'm gonna add it.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, why are they struggling? Hold on, I'm gonna put that in there.
Who's presenting? I nominate, not me.
Yeah.
I nominate.
But nominate, not me.
Nose goes.
How will the strategy increase the students? Wait, how will it increase the students' achievement? Oh.
Yeah.
Does your name?
So what's y'all biggest struggle in the class besides like the kids and stuff and the admin?
Hey,
Writing lesson plans.
Oh,
I think it's so hard.
I overthink too much. I
Do
think
you
I
have like a
put
big
my
range
hands
of
on too
things that
many
your lesson
things
plan?
trying to get everything done. And I tend to overthink and I'm thinking, okay, this should be like this and that. And I actually have a mentor. She just keeps saying, you're overthinking it. You're doing great. You're just overthinking it. And I'm having difficulty kind of maneuvering through that.
So I come from Gwinnett County, and in Gwinnett County, we have to follow the county plan. So we don't write any of our own lesson plans ever. And we're not allowed to. So we just use the county lessons and pace it out through there. My problem is the pacing, like wanting to maximize my learning time, but not, I just have such a hard time because the lesson plans are so, And it's just not, they're not fun. It's not developmentally appropriate and it's just hard. So I'm trying to find the fun. There's no time for the fun because
You're trying to stay on schedule.
right.
Yeah.
And so then I run out of time a lot. Like, oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's my
guys.
problem. So on our team is 6. We initially had 7, so we have 6 teachers. So I do ELA, but I only do a portion of the ELA lesson plan. So I only do the reading part, and another teacher may do the foundations and the writing part. But like I forgot her name. Like Dory said, the problem is running out of time because everything is just to the minute, and you can't teach what you really want to teach. So we do like you. We have to follow the framework that they provided. What we do add is, resources, right? Yeah, but as far as us work, coming up with a plan, no, we have to follow the framework. And what we can do is, add some resources to that, but that's it.
So you would rather create your own lesson plan and kind of go with that? You would prefer that?
I would rather have the skeleton. Like, I like that the lesson plan is there, right? I don't like that it's to the minute. I don't like that it's so scripted that, and there's like this fear that's beaten in. Like, if they come into your room and you're not doing it with fidelity, then,
yeah,
and that's just not realistic. If little Jimmy wants to talk about a grasshopper and I can tie it into what we're learning about, then I want to be able to talk about little Jimmy's grasshopper and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
That makes
sense. In fact, we just got an email, saying follow the framework.
Yes.
Follow the framework. Follow the framework. And we come into your class and you're not following the framework, basically, it's gonna be a conversation. So,
They told us recently they were saying that they don't want us to use any resources that they don't provide. So like
that if we use teacher-based teachers,
like you gotta have only our resources. Like,
and their resources are so ugly and boring. Like if I want to spend my money on my cute little teachers pay teachers.
It's just so very visually unappealing. Yeah, and for little kids, they need something that looks like, oh, that looks
like the
cool.
thematic stuff, like for the holidays and all. Well, just like the different seasons. Like if I want my centers to look like that, then I should be allowed to. You want my kids engaged, but you won't help me.
Right. Now they do give us access, or encourage us to use, the AI to come up with worksheets and stuff. So
they did give us a little co-pilot.
Right. So I definitely, I kind of like it because I'm able to make my worksheets as rigorous as I need to. So I do put some of those in my lesson plan, and some graphic organizers, but yeah, we have to follow the framework to a T. We just got an email that I'm saying, oh boy, somebody messed up. Somebody messed up.
That's my thought every time I see something like that too. Oh, somebody in a different grade did something wrong. Can't be me.
Yeah.
Back to your point, Latanya, like, I will say I am thankful at least to have the lesson plans as a guide, because I can't imagine having to, like, that's a whole load that I don't have to do that you do.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that I struggle with. I don't have anybody to model. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have an example to see if I'm on point. So I do a lot of research to try to get them, because basically you do, to do the IEP goals, routines and everything like that. But it's just like a 3-hour window. Each one of my
There's no collaborative planning that you guys can.
No, because like I said, it's just me. I do it for the whole entire district.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm the only one. We just recently hired another teacher to be a teammate, but she comes from Michigan. So she's not used to the format that we're doing. So it's kind of a struggle if you don't have like a team. I wish we had a team where I could kind of collaborate and see what's working for you, things like that.
For sure.
Okay, I think our second group is back in, and we have had some rich conversations this afternoon, even in this time period here, and I love that. Thank you so much for all your participation. At this time, I'm going to ask that Group 1 give us just a little nutshell of a preview of what you all decided. Number 1, what was the problem? Number two, what were you going to do about it? How did you scaffold the lesson to meet the demand of the children? And you don't have to go long-winded because we are out of here at 3:15, and I think our time is just about up. So briefly tell us group one.
So I'll be the spokesperson for
Okay,
group one.
right.
Basically for us, our standard was understanding the relationship between numbers and quantities. So our students struggled with one-to-one correspondence and just struggling counting out objects. Maybe because of fine motor skills, maybe because of challenge focusing. They had limited prior knowledge or limited prior experience with manipulatives. So that's kind of overall why our student was struggling. For the I do you watch, we said that the teacher will place 10 items, bears, blocks, cubes, Legos, whatever they had on a counting mat in a row. And then the teacher will begin counting them one by one, moving each item into a pile as the sequence continues so the kid can see that we're getting a bigger number each time. And then for the I do you help part, the student will then help the teacher count out loud as the teacher makes strategic errors so the student can catch them. And then for the you do I help part, the student will then lead the accounting part, and the teacher will be, helping the counting, but listening for the student to make the mistakes. And then at the very end for the you do I watch, we said that we would go from each student in our small group and allow them to count their 10 blocks. And then if they did good, we'll send them off, great job, go do your next activity. If they did bad, we'll still tell them good job, go do your next activity, but make a note of it so that tomorrow or the next day we can come back and work with them again where they might be falling short still.
Great job. Sounds like what should happen in a kindergarten classroom. Great job. All right, group two, could you kind of give us a synopsis of what you guys thought? I'm not sure who group two is, so you'll have to, let me see who group two is. Anybody? Kayla, Jamara, Rashonda, Luana, Audrey, Bobby, Miranda, any of you could present out quickly.
I would say we were talking about comparing numbers from 1 to 10. So we discussed that one of the difficulties was the greater than less than vocabulary. So trying to explain to them, and that was the area that they were struggling with, that and number sense. And so we decided that we were going to start with modeling the number with blocks. So you would start with how many? 2, and then you would have them build a second number and a second color so they could compare the two. From there, we would move on to them being scattered, looking at them as scattered. Then we would move on to them building or just taking the blocks away and just showing them the actual physical numbers. So we had looked at it doing it that way. And then we talked about how greater was bigger and using our body, and smaller, less than.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So lots of good information. I'm sure you have gotten some ideas from your colleagues here today. Great conversations, rich conversations. I love it. So I'm going to conclude at this time and tell you you have a great day. But before we do, Pamela, I just want to make sure, were you able to fill out the form for Dr. Maury about the observation?
So where do I get that form from? I was going to reach out to you. I did see that message.
Okay. All you need to do is to go in, I believe it is week 2.
Okay.
I believe it's week 2, and there is a form called the pre-kindergarten placement form.
Okay.
You will log in there to Anthology and fill out that form.
Fill out the form. Okay.
All right.
So I can do that online?
Yes, you can.
If you have any trouble,
let me know. All right, before we go, any last questions, comments, concerns before we leave? Yes.
I do. And I know that you said it was okay for me to do my pre-K class instead of kindergarten.
Yes.
But I'm in Miss Jackson's class as well, and she was saying that if I was doing it in this class, it can work for her class as well, but it had to be kindergarten. So.
Well, then just do, can you do kindergarten?
I'm looking into it. She said she would get with me and let me know if it could work. But I was just letting you know that if I do that, it'll be kindergarten.
Yeah, okay, it'd be kindergarten. Okay, and do recall, I do recall this too. Let me remind you, this is upcoming the fourth week, so technically this is the week the observations begin. It is not an issue if you, let's say, don't start the week 4, you can always start week 5. As long as you have 4 hours in the end, you're good. And if you don't complete it by the 8th week, you can still work on it the 9th week. I mean, it's not a where you're going to mess up completely, but it is important that you get them in and do it so it's done and you don't have to worry about it. But it is 4
And
hours.
this is the observation, not the actual when you recorded yourself teaching, correct?
You're not doing that for me at all. You will
I got
never
you. Okay.
record anything for me as far as teaching goes. I don't require that. But
Okay,
you
I
will
got
just, yeah, you will just go in and do the observation, just watch it, write it up according to what it says. You only really write it up twice, in the 4th week and the 8th week.
Okay.
Jamar, your question.
Yes, ma'am. Did you have a log? We need to log this in, or just when we turn in our observation that count as?
Okay, what's going to happen is you're going to go back into Anthology and create a journal. That journal is only for the purpose of writing the date and the time that you did the observation. You'll have 4 entries in that journal, but you have to go through Anthology to create it. So it becomes your timesheet.
Okay. Oh, that's what I want. Okay.
Yes, yes. And this goes to Dr. Morey, and this goes to your certification. Yes, Celeste.
Are we supposed to receive a email or something like that saying who we observe and everything like
Yes,
that?
you should see that from Dr. Morey. If she has not contacted you yet, she may not have gotten to you yet. But since you were late entering, I will double check with her to make sure she has your information. Okay. Did you do the form? You did the form, didn't you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
She may not have gotten to you.
But I had to fill out the form for a few other of my classes, and I haven't received anything from theirs either.
Okay. I'm going to follow up with her. All right, Celeste, I will. Thank you for mentioning that. Anyone
thank you.
else? Yes, thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, hello.
We need to drop it in as everybody to drop it in today. That what
Yes,
we did
please
already.
drop it in.
Okay.
Drop in your assignment today by midnight. Well, by 11:59. Yes.
Okay.
Miranda, yes.
Yes, I know I did the unemployed at a school one, and I already did that.
Non-employee.
Now, I still didn't see no confirming. I did it. I know I got it in there, but I don't know which teacher I will be observing under there.
Okay, well, I'm going to write your name down, and I will forward this to Dr. Marie as well to make sure that she has your information. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not work at a school?
No, it's kind of like a little daycare, but it has a pre-K there that I can do. I can observe some.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good deal. That may be why she hasn't given you a place yet. Also, with the SA2 that's coming up, that's due next weekend, I wanted to know. With that you also turning in the essay in the PowerPoint with you going over your slides, right? It's 2 files you're turning in? Yes, you're going to turn in a paper, a written paper for what is developmentally appropriate. You'll write a paper up about it, as well as a media presentation. And you have certain things you have to do for that, and you will post that on the discussion board. Oh, it'll be a discussion board. Okay. Okay. That's where the media presentation will go, in the discussion board, because we won't have time for everybody to present out in class. Okay. All right. Thank you. And let me mention that. Thank you for mentioning that. When you do that media presentation, remember you have to do a voiceover so that you will so we'll know what your project was about. You're going to walk us through it. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you. And I saw someone else just mention that they had not received confirmation from her. Luana, that was you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've got your name down. I'm going to forward these to her and we'll find out what's going on. But I know at one point she had not worked through everybody. But then again, she did tell me that she had everybody in here on the list. And it may be that she just hasn't sent those out yet, guys. I'll find out and I'll respond back to you about this, okay? Anything else? Celeste, did you have another question?
Yeah, for the assignment today, does just one of us turn it in or do we all turn it in?
No, each of you will turn it in your Dropbox. That way you'll get your points. That's how we do it. Yes, that's fine. No problem. I'm so glad y'all are asking questions. Anyone else that I have not answered?
How do I get the form from my group? I just pulled it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's in the chat. Click on the, if you go down on the chat, click on it and then go in the Google
on the chat box.
Yes. Save it or file it as a document, and then you should be able to submit it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be guilty of not submitting, guys, because it's an easy bunch of points.
I don't see it in the chat.
Here, I can email you the downloaded Word file. That way you don't have to go through Google.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
All right. Yes.
Any last minute questions? Don't fear. You can always email me if you think of something later that you need to ask.
When will we meet again?
Okay. Our next meeting will be September the 20th.
Okay. So every other week.
It is every other week. And then I have one bit of good news. I don't know if you realize this, but in October, there are 2 weeks we do not meet, and they are back to back. So we meet at the first week of October, and then we come back and meet like after those 2 weeks have passed. So we only have 2 meetings, I think, in the month of October. So it's really nice. What happens is fall break occurs, so we don't meet during fall break.
Okay.
But you do have a little break in the monotonous of meeting every other week.
Okay.
So I will see you all back here on September the 20th.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
a pleasure
you.
being with you today. Enjoy
it. Tanya, I'm sending that now. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Y'all have a blessed weekend.
Everybody.